Hey Harold, Joe Buddy Val here. Um, Done a lot of work and I thought I'd catch you up. I'm not sure you're probably as bored these days as you were a few weeks ago, but I kind of got something started here. And just thought you'd be interested. I'm actually dedicating this one. This one's for Donna because she had a question about the cross bracing. And as the senior aerospace science instructor of a high school, I'm compelled to not let questions like those go unanswered. So we'll get to that in a minute. Donna, but in the meantime, here's some of the stuff I've been doing. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I've got these rods over here. This is how I got them from Aircraft Spruce. And I have gone and cut them all and got them all threaded. Those look a little gnarly, but actually they're in pretty good shape once I get them cleaned up. And got bolts on the other side, and those go here, and they're the cross braces. They're cross braces that go across there and across there. And we'll talk about that more, Donna. In the meantime, I also, right here, this is where the aircraft hooks on. This is mid-wing, and a wire is going to run down to the bottom of the lower wing and also run straight down a bar to the lower wing and give it that classic bi-wing look. But this place right here, it takes all the stress. That's where the bracket is. And so this has got that 1/4 inch of marine grade plywood, and it's sandwiched in there with not Titebond 3 Ultimate Wood Glue, but actually with T88 epoxy. So that is like crazy strong right there, which is really good. If we crash and burn at any time, we might die, the thing might fall apart, but this is not going to be what fails. Got another one over there for the other side. That's the rear spar. And got a couple over here. This is the front where it hooks onto the airplane above the pilot's head and above the passenger's head. And again, 1/4 inch T88 bonded, hugely strong marine grade plywood. Got my butt rib on. I went ahead and I got that cut off. I was a little nervous about it, but I've got some bracing back in there glued in. And actually, I think that's going to be okay. I may add some more up here. And that's what I've been working on. After I got it all squared up, and I'll show you how I did that in a minute, I put in all these little blocks everywhere that lock these ribs into place. And they really don't add too much strength to the structure itself, but just keeps them from sliding around. And that's what I've got. Now, Donna, about the cross bracing, I promised you I'd show you a video of this. Here's my illustration. Every fifth grade teacher on the planet will verify this is an awesome illustration. You can ask Cheryl. Okay, so the wing is just made up of a bunch of square boxes. There's one there, there's one over there, the next one, but they're just boxes. And just like this box here, even though it's connected at the corners, it can easily get squished this way or this way. And the wing, once all the air pressure gets pushed on it, it could collapse the same way. So what do we do about it? Let me get back to my illustration. This box, you take a little cross member here, stick it in here, and now that box, those corners cannot compress at all. Now the problem is, these two corners can compress still, so we're going to throw in a second brace right in here, if I can do it. There we go. And now with those two braces, obviously, that can't compress that way, it can't compress this way. This box is going to stay square, much more so than it otherwise would have. Another way to do this, instead of putting a couple sticks in there that are going to be compressed and give it compressive strength, you could actually stick a wire in here. Of course, the wire can compress that way, but the box can't compress this way because that's going to hold those two corners in. You run another wire this way, and voila, you've got the same structure. And that's what we've done here on the wing. So in this little box here, we've got two wires. This keeps that from expanding, and we've got this wire here, and that keeps that from expanding. We've got one box here, one box here, another one here, and finally another one here. Now the problem is, how do you know how to tighten these things up? That's what I noticed, is this is just a rod and you can just keep tightening it and it'll keep squishing this down and it won't really get tighter. It'll just get shorter. And so what I've discovered is, much like tuning a piano, you have to make them the same sound. I'm not sure if you can hear that. But like, those are the same tension, just like on tuning a piano. Let's try this one. That's a little lower. Yeah, but they're the same, so that's pretty good. I could tighten them up a little bit more, make them match that, but I'm not exactly building a piano here. I just want it to be the same. That's about the same. Ooh, that's too high. So anyway, I've got a little adjustment to do on that one. The problem is, if I don't make them all the same, those wires could bend this thing in the shape of a C, or if I alternate, it could turn into the shape of an S. And I really want that thing to be just, I kind of like straight wings, so that's what I'm looking for, is a straight wing. I don't want it to be off by very much. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. Next, I'm going to put a piece of wood down the leading edge of the wing, and I've got to fit these cross braces. I've got to make a little fitting so that they connect onto these bolts here and here, and then leading edge, trailing edge, and I'll be ready to cover it. And this has really taught me how to do the other ones, so hopefully the other ones will go a little bit faster. So guys, that's it. Donna, I'm sure you're amazed. Actually, I'm guessing probably you had that figured out a long time ago, but it was fun to tell you anyway. Talk to you guys later. Hope to see you tonight. We've got some company coming in for Memorial Day weekend, so I don't know how long I'll be able to stay, but I hope to see you guys tonight. Take care.